Chip chip everyone, and welcome to a new Sims 4 speed building video on my channel. Hi, my name is Birdie and I like to build in The Sims, and sometimes I make a video out of it. If you're watching this, please leave a comment down below, it would be really nice to read ya. So today I'm building a starter home in Oasis Springs. The lot I'm building on is the Agave Abode lot in Skyward Palms, which is a 20 by 15 lot. The house I'm building ends up having 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, and it costs around 17,500 simoleons. So it is under 20k, which makes it a starter home. As it is a starter home, I needed to keep an eye on the money, and therefore I used a lot of debug and live edit objects for the exterior, and I tried to make it look good, but when I was building I suddenly ran out of money a little bit, so there was not that much money left for the interior, so the interior looks a bit basic and sad. But I guess that's the destiny of every starter home. It looks great from the outside, but on the inside it's just really empty and sad. But before we focus on the interior, let's take a look at the exterior. So the whole house has a quite simple shape. It consists of 2 rectangles that are arranged in a kind of L-shaped way. For the whole house I only used the base game, so it only consists of base game items. I used this white brick texture on the outside walls, and I combined it with these wooden basic windows as well as these rounded ones you see me using in the front, and I also use it in the back. On the gabled roofs I placed down this small wooden window, and there it works as a decorative wall item, because the way I placed the window, the actual glass part of the window is not showing. So therefore it works like a decoration on the roof up there, which makes the roof a bit more interesting in my opinion. The whole house and also the exterior is inspired by a picture that I found as usual on Pinterest. If you're interested to see which picture I used for the inspiration, I will find it and I will pop it up on the screen for you to see just now. This way it is easier to compare the inspiration picture with the house I'm building right now. If you're like me, I really enjoy comparing an inspirational picture with the way the build turned out in The Sims 4, because this way I can find out which key features of the inspirational picture also made it to the house in The Sims 4, which is quite interesting for me to see. Maybe you enjoy that as well, so here you go. So as you can see, I was very much guided by the picture and by the house you see in the picture as well as the landscape. In the picture I think that this white fencing is a quite nice feature, and I also wanted to add it in The Sims. So I scrolled through the debug and live edit menu of The Sims 4 in order to find a quite similar fence, and I did. The white fencing you saw me placing down is from the live edit menu. I not only used this fence I found in the live edit menu because it is quite close to the fence you see in the picture, but it also is free, so I could save some money and have a beautiful fence all around the plot as well. And because it is a starter home, you gotta keep an eye on the money, don't you? And for the landscaping I used a lot of these potted plants, which are also from the live edit menu, because you guessed right, they are free too. And the red plant that you saw me placing just now, I lower it down into the ground using the tool mod, so the plant pot isn't showing anymore, because in my opinion it wasn't quite fitting into this Mediterranean area right here. So by lowering it down I think I made it fit even better. And now I'm placing down these live edit hedges, and I'm combining them with these lavender bushes. I think the lavender bushes add a quite nice pop of color here. And now I'm fiddling around a little more with the terrain paint. So I used this terrain paint that looked like cobblestone right here, and I'm fiddling around with the hedges so they are not sticking through the fence that I placed down. Next I'm placing down some palm trees here and there, and because Oasis Spring is a desert town which is inspired I guess by Southern California, Nevada, Arizona and Utah and some places in America like that. and therefore placing down palm trees is a must for me in this world, I guess. And then I wanted to place down a small little palm tree here in the driveway as well, so I placed it down, and then I was looking for a plant pot for this palm tree. First I tried using this, I guess it is a chimney from the Live Edit menu, as a plant pot for the palm tree, but I didn't like the way it looked, so I swapped it out for this Live Edit trash can. And then I'm placing down this car from the debug menu, because I guess it's a nice touch to incorporate a car in the driveway, even though it's not functional. It's purely for decoration, because there are unfortunately no cars in The Sims 4 right now. But in my opinion, a car in the driveway is a must. It adds a little realism to the build. In my opinion, if you live in Oasis Springs, you gotta have a car. Because how else would you travel from one place to another? I don't think that there is a bus traveling around in Oasis Springs, or even a train. Next I'm placing down a grill and this round table with the umbrella on it, as well as 4 chairs. So there is a seating area. You can sit outside if you want, or your sim can sit out if they want. And right now there are 4 chairs, but later when I'm running out of money I will sell 2 chairs, so there are only 2 in the uploaded version and in the end. And also this bench you saw me placing down, it also doesn't make it to the end because I'm simply running out of money and I deleted it to get some more money for the interior. Next I'm placing down a little doormat in front of the entrance to the house. And then I'm putting some lamps on the wall so there is light at night and your sim doesn't have to walk in the dark outside. The next thing you see me doing is building a custom doorbell, and therefore I use 2 different pieces from the debug menu. First I use this gray box, which is a squared box you can find in the debug menu, and I guess it should be a stepping stone or something like that. I rotate, size it down and elevate it with the tour mod, so it is a box that is mounted to the wall. Then as a second part for the actual doorbell knob, I use this can, which is actually, I think it's a tea can, and it also is from the debug menu. I size it down, rotate and elevate it with the tool mod as well, so it looks like an actual doorbell. And on this custom made doorbell I also add a sign on top of it. I imagine the sign says, "Here lives Mr. or Mrs. so-and-so." Because I believe as this is a starter home, there's only a single sim living here, maybe at first, and he or she just moved in and is starting a new life here in Oasis Springs. And now I'm finishing up the landscaping on the exterior by placing down some more of these yellow bushes on the lot, because these bushes are the ones you can also find around the lot in Oasis Springs, but I think it would be quite fitting to have them on the lot as well. And then I'm starting to furnish the interior of the house, so it's time for me to talk a little bit about the floor plan. So if you walk into the home, you are standing in the kitchen and there's a little dining table on the right side, and the right door you see right now leads up to a little guest bedroom, and it also has a computer in there, so it functions as a guest bedroom as well as an office space. So the idea I have for this office / guest bedroom is that later on it can be turned into a nursery or a kid's bedroom if there are kids on the way. On the left, if you step out of the kitchen, you are on the hallway, which leads up to the master bedroom as well as the bathroom, and on the left there's a living room. Now you already saw me furnishing the kitchen as well as the guest bedroom / office space, and both rooms are very basic, so they have very basic furniture. In the kitchen I used this modern counter in a grey swatch, and I placed down a fridge, a stove and a sink, and there's also a dining table with 2 chairs, and these chairs are the wooden ones that looks like they are like built from actual wood, and they are crafted or they are handmade. In the guest bedroom / office space there is this travel cot as well as a desk with a computer on it. In the living room there are 2 couches, and I like the way the light comes into these rounded windows in the living room and also in the master bedroom, which I'm furnishing right now. So there's a walk-in closet or a little closet area in the master bedroom, and I also placed down this armchair next to the window in the corner. And the last room that I'm furnishing is the bathroom. There's a sink, a toilet, as well as a shower in there. So this means we are almost at the end of the video. If you want, you can download this build from the Sims 4 gallery. My ID is SimBirdieYT, or you can also find it under the hashtag SimBirdie. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great time with me here today. Write any questions down in the comments down below that you have, and I will talk to you in my next Sims 4 speed building video. Take care and happy Sims 4 building. Bye bye!